That is one handsome fellow right there. Hey everybody, Jam Creates here with another video comic book review. This time I am going to review ICYMI issue 2. And this one is, in case you don't know, in case you missed it, which is what ICYMI stands for. This is basically Alterna's way of reprinting some books that are no longer available, and give people a second chance to check out these series, check out these books. The first issue of ICYMI was Mr. Crypt. This is issue 2, and it is part 1 of 3 parts of Adam Rec. They are going to reprint all 3 parts as part of the ICYMI series. And the great thing about these is, since they are reprints, Alterna Comics, who already puts out the cheapest comics in terms of price, not in terms of quality, but in terms of price on the market, puts these books out, yeah, you read that right, 99 cents. Okay, so for 99 cents, if you've never read this before, it's a brand new comic for you. And the smart thing that they're doing, at least thus far, with this whole ICYMI series is they're doing all ages titles for this. So clearly, using a title like ICYMI, you know, an adult might look at that who doesn't know and is just like, ICYMI? What does that even mean? A kid is going to look at it and immediately know what it means. And then they're going to look at that and go, 99 cents? Yeah, I want that. I got $1. I'll buy that. Impulse buy. Kids buy things on impulse. This is an impulse buy for $1 that a kid would make. If you're in a dollar store, which I'm pretty sure they have Alterna Comics in some dollar stores, if you're in the dollar store and you bring your kid along and he sees this book on the shelf and he sees it's only $1, he's gonna be like, "Mom, can I have this comic book? It's only $1. I'll pay you back for it." And you're gonna be like, "Okay, fine, just be quiet." And you're going to buy it for him. And then he's going to read it. And he's going to be like, "Dude, I love comic books." And then who knows? It's like the next, love affair with comic books. So anyway, with that dramatic enactment of what would happen in the dollar store out of the way, let's get actually into the book. Adam Rec is an all-ages story, like I said, and it's about a family. First of all, let's get into this. You know I love to do this if you watch my channel. Words and Art by Michael S. Bracco. So he did the art and the story. This is all a one-man job. So it's a one-man band took care of this whole thing himself. And I'm gonna be honest with you, when I saw the cover, I'm like, oh, that looks kind of cool. I like the style. When I opened it up, when I first saw this page, I was kind of like, that what it was that face made me like, oh, I don't know about this one. And it does this weird color thing where everything is basically black, white, gray, and this like peach color, which is an interesting thing. I've never seen that style before. I've seen obviously like monochromatic and things with like flashes of color, but never this choice of colors. So what happens is Adam Rec is a character who is a kid, and he's the son of Albert and Betty Rec. They are people who they're scientists, they're explorers. They built a spaceship that went farther than any spaceship has ever gone. It went beyond our galaxy, and he's been with them, and they've been exploring, and he's kind of like whatever, but like it starts off with this, like, you see him crashing on this planet, and then we get like the little back, like he narrates the beginning, and then we jump back a little bit, and you see him and his parents are on the ship, and he's kind of bored. He's been playing the same video games over and over and over again for the past 2 years, and then of course something insane happens, because otherwise where would the story be? And these pirates show up, and by the way, I love the design on this flag. Because it clearly reads as a pirate flag, but it also reads as very alien. I thought that was a smart design. Okay, Now, I want to get back into the art for a minute because I was, like I said, when I first saw it, I was not sold on the art. But then as I read the story, and I started to put myself in the mindset of who this is really written for, because again, this is not, I'm 44 years old. This story is not written for me. This story is written for like a 10-year-old, an 8-year-old, a 12-year-old, this is written for kid me. And then a funny thing happened as I started to read it. It started to win me over, including the art. I know some people are going to look at the art and say, I love it. I don't know why you had a problem to begin with. And other people are going to look at it and go, no, never. I will not. This just won't do it for me. And that's fine. Obviously, everybody has their own tastes and their own likes and dislikes. But for me, as I started reading the story and as it started going, I started to understand, and it started to remind me of something actually, years ago, years and years and like ages ago, like even before, I was little. I had this series of books that my grandmother got for me in like a thrift store or something when I was a kid. And they had this really weird looking art on the cover. And it was like a box set. I think there was 4 books in there, and it was called Matthew Looney. And if you've ever, I honestly don't know if anyone else has ever read these books. I don't know if these books were successful at one time or another. They looked like they were kind of old even when I got them as a kid. Granted, they came from a thrift store, so they were probably secondhand. But I read them and I loved them. He was this alien. In one adventure, he comes to Earth and he thinks that the rain is the Earthlings firing water bullets at him. And it was all this like simple stuff. And it was, clearly written for kids, but it was fun and it had adventure. And it really had like this all ages fun feeling that was something that I would have enjoyed, that I enjoyed as a kid. And that's what this reminds me of. This is science fiction written for a kid. And I don't know why, like, it took me a minute to, like, get in that mindset. I'm not really sure why. But once I got in there and I started reading the story and it started going on, I really got into it. And you see, like, these space pirates, they come and they end up grabbing the mom and the dad, and Adam escapes in an escape pod. And, like, they don't, he's stuck on this planet, and then of course there's like all kinds of crazy stuff that happens, like there's weird aliens and stuff on the planet, and he sees something, and he winds up getting contacted by his mom and dad, and the pirates have them captured. So now he's trying to figure out how he's going to get back to his mom and dad. And here's the handsome gentleman from the cover. He is the leader, the captain of the space pirates, and basically what happens is he tells them, like, they tell Adam, they talk to him, and he realizes he needs to go help his mom and dad. And while on the surface of the planet, he ends up meeting this other guy, who's like the super like bad dude, Captain Vorik, and he's like, I don't want anything to do with you. I don't care about you. I just want these things, these eggs, because they're worth money. And I don't care about helping people and yada yada. Like, he's the typical, he's like the Han Solo, and, I don't really care about helping you out and all this other stuff. But then it turns out that Adam has seen something that this guy is looking for. And so then he decides, of course, that he's going to help him then. And that's kind of where we leave off. And we're going to jump into the next issue. And it's funny because, like I said, when I first got into it, when I first started reading it, I was kind of like, yeah, I don't know if this is really gonna be for me. I don't know if I'm gonna enjoy this. Like, I can read an all ages stuff. I can read all ages stuff and be like, this is cool. I can read other all ages stuff and maybe it's a little too young. You know what I mean? But it's really funny. It won me over. It definitely won me over. It's a very stylized, artistic approach that the artist is taking here. It doesn't look like a traditional comic book art, but you can tell that the guy knows how to draw from some of the stuff you see in here. And then you get like these funky alien dudes, and like the one's like a pig, the other's like a bird, and like the other guy is like a frog. And you see, when you see like the ships, like take a look at this ship, like dude knows how to draw. You could tell he really knows how to draw. He went for a stylized approach, and I think once you get a few pages in, the story just kind of sucks you in, and you start to like really get into it. And I have issue 2, which is issue 3 of ICYMI, and I have not read it yet, and I will read it very soon. It's just, I mean, you guys know I've had some stuff going on in my life that kept me away for a little bit, and I'm telling you, if you've got like an 8-year-old, a 10-year-old little boy at home especially, I think this will absolutely appeal to them. And it's a buck. And the whole thing is going to be 3 issues long. You know, it's part 1 of 3. So you could go out and you could pick up, because 1 and 2 are both out right now. So it's issue 2 and 3 of ICYMI. Just look for the Adam Reck cover. It's parts 1 and 2. They're already out. So you could pick up part 1 and 2 for $2, and you've got 2 stories, which I don't know how the second issue is. Obviously, I'll review that. But this first one is really good. It won me over. It definitely did. It's like I said, I wasn't sold when I opened it up. I was like, yeah, I don't know about this art. But then once I started reading, the story won me over. And then eventually I was into the art. It made sense to me, and it works. You just have to let yourself get into it, which I think kids have a much easier time doing than adults do. So anyway, Michael S. Bracco and Alterna Comics, good job on you. Too bad I missed out on it when it was first printed, but now I'm happy because of this new series that I could pick it up again, and so can you. For $1 a piece, like, you can't go wrong. For $3, you're going to get the entire series, so you got to love that. So anyway, I'm giving this one a thumbs up. I like it. So if you're here, if you like the video, please click the thumbs up button on the video. If you like my channel and you're new here, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, make sure you hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any new videos that get posted or on any live streams. Hint, hint. Because I did my first live stream over the weekend, and now that I've got a taste, I want more. So I'll be doing more live streams, no doubt, coming up soon. So anyway, that's it. I'll talk to you soon. Follow me on Twitter. I'm at jm_create. Like I said, like, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. And I will talk to you guys soon. Let's do, we got to do it around like Mr. Handsome here. So peace out.